Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. If you are new here, my name is Steph. I am a mum of 4. I do all videos mummy, makeup and clothes related. If that's something that you think you will be interested in, then don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a big thumbs up if you do enjoy it. In today's video, I will be giving you guys my top 10 tips for keeping the kiddies entertained throughout lockdown. I know that I am getting to the point where I'm slowly starting to lose my mind. So I hope that these might be things that you're already using, things that you already know and just think, yeah, well, I know that. But, I just thought it'd be fun to share what I do and how I cope with my little ones. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 1, planning. I know this sounds like a really simple thing to say, but I do find that planning things the night before, writing them down on a list of things to do, so that the next day I'm not thinking what I've got to do next, what can I do with them. I've got a clear plan of what I'm going to do. I've listed it out in the order that I kind of want to do it in. Things can happen and you end up doing things in a slightly different order, but it does help and you feel a lot better that if you've got that plan the night before ready for the next day. Tip number 2, if I'm looking down, it's because I've wrote some things down because my memory is terrible. So I've just wrote down some little pointers if I forget. So tip number 2 is early learning from Amazon. So I've gone on to, I will link them down below if I can. I go onto my Amazon account and I've ordered them some books, some early learning books, because I know at the moment some of us with kids in school age are trying to do a little bit of home learning. I found it very, very difficult to think about and know what they are learning, what sort of things at their stage they are learning. I have 4 different children, obviously, 4 children at 4 different stages in 4 different years, and I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to teach you. I don't know what you're doing really. And it did cause me quite a bit of stress. And also at first I was trying to teach them all around the table at once and it just became impossible. I ended up, I remember I was teaching my son the time and I was confusing myself because I was trying to swap between children. So what I do now is I do get them off playing and then I shout them down one by one and then we do a little bit of work together. The other thing I found is not spend too much time overthinking and overdoing it. Like they'll come down, they'll do a couple of pages in their book and then that's it, done. For one for maths and one for English. And these books are really, really good. They have all the answers in the back for you and they go like the girls are doing like 5 to 7, 7 to 9, and you just work through the book and it just makes it a little bit easier for you really, more than anything else, because it has all the stuff that they're doing throughout those stages. So yeah, highly recommend those. Tip number 3, get crafty. Now obviously craft's a very simple thing to think about, but you can do things, so many things, if you look on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. They're all really good places to look for inspiration on the simplest of crafts as well, like making octopus out of toilet rolls. So I like to use a lot of things that we have around in and around the house. So keeping egg boxes, toilet rolls, cardboard boxes, all that sort of thing, and just getting creative, getting crafty, letting them stick together. With number 3 is making your own board games. My top one is Snakes and Ladders because it is simple, it is easy, and pretty much everyone can get involved in it. You just need a big piece of cardboard, draw on some squares, draw on some snakes and some ladders. My kids have used their own little shopkins and little counters that they found around the house, and they absolutely love it. It's a simple game that they absolutely love playing, and you're counting at the same time. So it's kind of a are good for the younger ones to get used to their counting as well. So you're killing two birds with one stone. So yeah, I really like that. Number 5, family games. So even if it's just you and your little one, or you and your kids because your husband or partner's at work, or you're on your own, whatever the situation, I find doing things like you can get chalkboard paint. So just get a big piece of cardboard, pop some chalkboard paint on, get some chalks, and just do things like is it charades? Not sure how you say it, but like things like that, or even like drawing some numbers on and then getting them to fill in the missing number, you know, guessing the pictures. That can be a really simple, really fun game, and you're interacting as well. That's something that I found my kids have really enjoyed more if I'm, you know, engaging with them. And it doesn't even have to be for long. You don't have to sit there for an hour playing it, just 5 or 10 minutes. Just stick it in here and there. It's a bit of a gap filler, if you like, of the day. I found it's a really good thing to do. Number 6, go for walks. Obviously. That's another obvious one, but I found that, you know, there's only so many times you can walk around the block. There's only so many times you can walk into town and back. So I do like to find... Oh, bless me, just sneezed. Yeah, so walking different ways, going on different routes each day. The other thing that they're doing it in the town where I live, which I think is really good, and the kids, I've never seen a little girl get so excited by finding a stone. They are painting stones, hiding them around the town, and then you find them and then re-hide them somewhere else. And I just think it's a really nice concept, a really fun thing to do, and my kids have loved finding them and re-hiding them. The other thing is obviously doing simple things like I Spy, or just seeing if they can spot certain things on the walk. Pick up things like twigs and stones and things they can paint and make crafts out of, just to make it that little bit more interesting, instead of just sort of wandering round and round in circles, which we did for a little while, but it does get boring and a bit tedious, just to add a little extra into your walk. And number 7, garden games. Obviously this is weather dependent, but I found that, you know, if you have a bit of a garden at the back or at the front, just doing very simple, like if you've got a few kids like me, simple team games, like getting them into pairs and getting them to run back and forth, getting them to hop up and down, jump up and down, and that way you're doing a bit of PE at the same time. And it really does help to wear them out, I found. And they really do enjoy it, getting involved, and you don't even really have to do it yourself. This is the other thing, I don't run. I don't jump up and down, especially after I've had 4 kids. I don't jump up and down, but I'm like the referee, and they get involved, and yeah, it's something that they really enjoy doing. Just get a ball, get them to throw the ball to each other a certain amount of times, and then run around in a circle. Just simple things like that. You know, it doesn't cost anything. Usually people do have a, you know, football or whatever lying around, or you don't have to use anything. They can just hop, skip, jump, all that sort of thing. So that's do you find that's another fun game for them to play? Number 8, obviously this is I think quite one that a lot of people do is baking and cooking. So things like cupcakes, crispy cakes, cookies, they're all really simple, really easy recipes that you can find online and that the kids really enjoy doing. And then even if you buy the pre-made cakes, you don't necessarily do the baking part, you can just, you know, pop a little bit of icing on, pop a few sprinkles on, and they seem to really enjoy doing that. Number 9 is swap the toys around in their room. Now obviously at the moment you can't really go out and get new toys and stuff, and mine, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not one for buying them new toys all the time. One, I can't afford it, and two, there would just be clutter everywhere. So what I have found is when I go in and I swap the toys around, they play with the ones that were in a if they're in a different place, they play with them more. Like for example, they have a pool table, like a mini games table, that's been at the side of the room for quite a while, and they've had the car mat in the middle and stuff, and they're sort of going, oh, I'm bored, I've got nothing to play with. So I swapped it round, put that in the middle of the room, moved the car mat out of the way, moved a couple of things down the side, and they were playing with it for the next few days. And then so every few days, just do a rotation of the toys, so different ones are in the main focus of the room, and they do 10. Don't stress too much. Don't overthink it. Obviously, don't stress too much is a really, like, really. But don't overthink it. I spent way too much time at the beginning overthinking, doing the work with them, overthinking, trying to think of things for them. Keep it simple, keep your plan. And if it goes wrong one day, it goes wrong one day. If you don't learn that day and do the maths and the English, you don't do the maths and the English. It is not the end of the world. You know, people aren't expecting you to be teachers, aren't expecting you, you know, it's enough having to deal with the situation that we are in and keeping things ticking over in your house every single day without having to worry about everything else on top. So just stick to simple little things, little plans each day. And I found that's really helped bring down my stress levels and just help me cope a little bit better. And not to worry, if it went wrong one day and didn't quite work out, oh well, never mind. Try again the next day. I hope if you have got to this point at the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know that I ramble a little bit, and it's something that I really want to work on. Yeah, I hope that you did enjoy this and that they are helpful to you. These are just my opinions, my little things that I do with my children that I wanted to share with you. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, I'd love to see them in the comments down below. Love to get to know you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!